Hey, it's Aaron with Kingdom Lawn Care. It is wintertime and I am not cutting any grass right now because it's all frozen, but I'm getting ready. It's probably a month and a half away for the grass to start growing. And I just want to give a breakdown on what it costs to cut someone's yard, to do a complete, our standard service is a cut, trim, and we do blow cleanup. And so what does that cost and how do I come up with my price? So I'll be very transparent here with my expenses, with my profit margin, and I'll let you guys in on the inside of running this business. So let's jump to it. First, we'll talk about expenses. One of the first expenses you'll see is, of course, the lawn mower. The mower I run is about $6,000 after taxes. It's about 5,600 brand new. You got another $500 taxes, so maybe a little more than 6,000. And if you break that down, it's estimated to get about 2,000 hours of operation time before you got to replace the mower. So 2,000 hours. I run the mower about 30 minutes. On a 1 hour job, the mower runs for about 30 minutes. And so I can get about 4,000 yards cut with that. So if you break down the price, it cost me about $1.50 to pay for the lawnmower per yard. Now, I also have a Stihl Trimmer. You can see the price here. I can use that, and the backpack blower that I use is about right here, $500. Again, these get about 500 hours before you got to replace those. So if you break those down per hour, you're looking at 35 cents and 50 cents respectively. And then I also have a truck and a trailer to haul the stuff around with. That's my biggest expense. Vehicles are expensive, but even if I buy used, I can get a truck and my trailer. It's about $9,000 investment there. Break it down per yard, what it takes to get there, and I'm spending it's there for an hour, of course not running, but driving there. My monthly costs broken down to how much per month I'm using it. It's about $18.33 per yard is what that truck and trailer cost me. Then we also have to factor in the fuel that goes in the truck, the fuel that goes into the mower, the fuel that goes into the blower and the trimmer, which also require, in their fuel, it's a 2-stroke engine, so it takes a special oil mixed in there as well. Fuel costs about $5 per yard. We also have to factor in the equipment maintenance, like the truck needs, so there's a purchase price of the truck, but it also takes some money to change the oil, to change the tires, to put brakes on. There's other miscellaneous maintenance, as you know, because you have a vehicle. Same thing with trailer, it takes tires and has an axle. The mowers, you got to sharpen the blades or replace the blades. You have to change the oil and hydro fluid in the mower, and the tires pop. They get little nails and even thorns in those tires can cause them to leak, be replaced. The blower and trimmer maintenance is low. You have to change spark plugs and air filters and fuel filters. But if I was to break it down per yard, equipment, all of that maintenance comes about $2 per yard. Every time I mow a yard, it's cost me about $2 there. Now, I also have business insurance. Actually, let me start with auto insurance. It's $45 a month. If I'm mowing 30 yards, it comes out to about $1.50 per yard. So I got to cover that expense. I have the business insurance, which this is the huge one, and I'll circle back to this. That costs about $1.27 per yard. So those are like my mechanical equipment expenses. Then we have to pay someone to actually do the work. Now I hire, this past year in 2020, I paid $15 an hour. That was above minimum wage. I think this job is deserving above minimum wage to pay someone to get out in the hot heat, especially in the summertime. It's just brutal work. You're sweating, you're mowing, you're walking around with the trimmer, stuff's flying in the air, you're pushing trampolines and out of the way, and wind up water hose. We do full service for our customers. $15 an hour, and it's about 1 hour. I'll say 1 hour of mowing to mow a standard yard. This is generous because I'm not actually calculating drive time to and from each place. So 15 bucks an hour, but I also have to pay some taxes on top of that. Social Security is 6.2%, so there's 93 cents. Medicare is 1.45%, there's 22 cents. The federal unemployment tax is 6%, so there's another 90 cents. So if we're to add all, just the expenses up, just all of the expenses, it comes out to be what? $47.50. That's just break. If I was to charge $47.50 per yard, I'm breaking even. So I'm not even making a profit. So then the question is, well, how much profit do I want to make as a business owner per yard? And I would like to make $10. Okay, so that's not even minimum wage. That's less than what my employees are making. But I'm not going to like basically mow your yard for free. I'm going to make some money on it. So let's say I calculate in 10 bucks. That puts a price tag at $57.50. Saying all that to say this. Some people get a quote of like $60 to mow the yard and they think, that's really expensive. How can you charge that much? The kid down the street will come over here and mow it for 20 or 30 bucks. And so first of all, I would say if there is a kid in your neighborhood who will come mow your yard for 20 bucks, 30 bucks, pay him. That's a great deal for you. You're encouraging entrepreneurship for him. It's almost a win-win for everybody. Really the only downside to that is if his trimmer throws a rock through your window, or his lawnmower catches on fire and causes some damage, that's coming out of your pocket. You're pretty much liable for that if you're hiring someone who doesn't have business insurance. The second critique I would say is some people are like, well, there's some lawn companies around who, they'll give me a quote for like 30, 35, 40 bucks for my yard. You're saying 60. Those people are out there. Here's what I would encourage you to do. Ask if they are paying their payroll taxes for what they're paying their guys, and ask if they're paying their guys through payroll, if you give them cash under the table. Because some people will hire their manual labor and pay them cash under the table, and no one's paying taxes anywhere, which is doable. It's just not legal or ethical. And so it's like, what do you want to encourage, ethical business or not? And the way that we're doing it is what I believe is the right way. And the fourth, the last critique I'll get from people is other business owners, entrepreneurs, people who just get the reality of running a business, and I quote them for 60 bucks a yard, and they'll look at me and go, Aaron, are you making a profit on that? Are you sure that's enough? Like they'll ask, is that fair? Sometimes I get asked by people who just get it, like, is that worth your time? How much money are you making? It's only 10 bucks. Do you really want to do it for that? Well, that's just my profit margin. Some people have it higher, some people have it lower, some people do it unethically, some people do it ethically. But this is just a very candid look on what it takes to mow the average yard in Johnson County, Kansas City area. And if you want a quote, call me. I can measure your yard, give you a good quote. We do a good job. And if this is out of your price range, I understand. There's some other ways that you can go about it. And obviously the cheapest is buying your own lawnmower. You can buy a push mower at Walmart for 200 bucks and there's that'll last a couple seasons for 1 yard. And so you break that down, that's really cheap. Especially if you got kids, put them out there. It's not illegal to use child labor if they're your own kids. So have them get some sweat equity in the house and make your yard look good. So that's the Kingdom Lawn Care approach to quoting a yard and how we run our business. Got any questions? Holler. If not, the grass will be green here in another month or two. Kingdom Lawn Care fit for a king.